R.H. Bless, Mr. Hustle and Pray himself. This is Couch Sessions.
Alright, so talk to me about your motto that you go by. You talk about it on Twitter, on Facebook, all your social networks, everything. Hustle and pray. Where did that come from?
Hustle and pray. That's more than just a motto, it's a lifestyle. It's my mantra. It just comes from the work ethic that I guess I grew up around, seeing my mother, everything my mother did in my household, in raising us meaning myself and my siblings, was always a hustle for her, due to the struggle that we were, enduring. Everything was a hustle. My mother was very hardworking, very independent, very just driven. And I think I get that from her, which when I was, going through my phases of a teen into, I guess, young adulthood, and getting into the workforce and getting into the streets and doing the illegal workforce thing, everything was a hustle for me as well. I adapted that from my mother, that get up and go. If you want something, you go make it happen on your own without waiting on someone to make it happen for yourself. And at the same time, my mother tried to keep me in the church to give me some balance, give me a base, which at that time, being young, I rebelled from it. But I took from church what I felt helped me out as a person, as an individual, and the basis of that was believing in God and praying. And although I couldn't stay in the church, I couldn't keep myself in the church and be interested in 100% of what was going on in the church, I did learn how to pray, and I did learn how to carry the belief and feeling that there was something stronger and something greater than me and than us that was keeping me alive, through the situations that I was facing in the streets and things that I was dealing with. And I knew it was something. I knew it was a reason that I was the person that I am, and going through things I was going through, and still coming out strong after all of it. So the hustle and pray thing, of course, came years later. I'm not even sure how I came up with it or when in particular. It was something that I believe I wrote in a song, and it just stuck as, this is actually how I live my life. I hustle and I pray continuously. I hustle and I pray. Nothing gets, they say you pray and God shall give you, shall answer your prayers. I don't believe that. I believe you pray, God answers your prayers only if He sees that you're hustling and working towards whatever that prayer is.
Faith without works is dead.
Absolutely. So that's what it is, man. It's hustle and pray, everything, every day, and not just at night or in the morning. It's continuously all day long. I can sit here and take a moment to myself, and I can be in a prayer. I don't necessarily have to be on my knees or with my hands clasped, to pray. That's what I believe.
Okay. Alright, so you grew up in the streets, so to speak, in Brooklyn.
I grew up in a household which happened to be in the streets.
Which happened to be in the streets.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and you moved between DC and New York pretty frequently, but you're back here. How did you decide that music was going to be your outlet?
I don't think I decided. I think it was already pre-decided for me. I come from a very musical family. Numerous artists in my family that I grew up listening to, watching numerous performers. As early as back, I guess, my grandfather. My grandfather played with Ella Fitzgerald. He was in a group called the Silhouettes back in the 50s. They had like one hit record. I believe it was called Get a Job. It was like a doo-wop record. Get a job. Nah, get a job. But anyway, so from knowingly where my musical influence comes from on my mother's side, it started with my grandfather. As far as in pursuance of that as a career, he was the first that I know of to do it on that side. But I was always a student of music. I always loved music. Always listened. Always was way too shy to ever express anything musically, as far as my writing of music. Back when I was a kid, I used to write songs in my mind, which probably made sense to no one but myself. But no one ever knew that. I kept it to myself. But I guess in pursuance of the business of music, which I think is what you're probably getting at, I didn't get into the business of music until I was say probably the mid-90s. Had a cousin who was affiliated with the whole Wu-Tang movement, very affiliated with the whole Wu-Tang movement, and a part of that. That kind of introduced me to the business in that aspect. So I did a lot of touring with the Wu-Tang and other groups of that era at that time. And I think my first time out of the country kind of just really opened me up to the world of music as a business, and not just as something that I love listening to.
Right.
That was kind of my training ground, because during those tours, I wasn't just touring as a a flunky or as a fan or what have you. I was actually touring and I was working. I was doing road management.
Right.
And that opened me up to a lot. And ironically, at that time, I was always an artist, and only a few people knew at that time that I was an artist, as well as what I was doing on the business end. And I don't think I probably decided to become an artist or to exploit myself as an artist a few years after that. Somehow the mic just ended up in my hand. I can't even really explain how that happened. But it was never my goal to ever put being an artist in the forefront. It was always business. I've always been that business mind. I wanted to control things, create things.
But you do create, because you also do video.
I do video.
You're a dope videographer. I've seen the music videos that you've done.
Thank you.
They're kind of amazing. How did you get into that side?
That's from amazing. I'm getting better and better. I got into that just being a visualizer. I've always been a visualizer, and to me, writing music is just a step away from painting the picture that the music interprets as far as video goes. That just came out of, believe it or not, frustration of hiring videographers to shoot videos for myself and people in my camp, and being disappointed in the work, thinking the work was trash. And here I am, I just gave up $2,000, $3,000 for something that looked like somebody that on their little JVC Handycam, the VHS tape, and, and I'm like, I could have done a better job than that. So what I did was, instead of dishing out money to get these half-ass jobs of videos done, I just invested in my own equipment, learned how to edit. The rest is video history.
Okay.
Just trying to expand myself as a videographer, as a director, every day.
That's good. So tell me a little bit about Black Exchange. Who's in your camp? The kind of music you guys do? Who you represent?
Black Exchange, the hierarchy of the streets. First comes love and passion. That's what we stand for. And everything that we do, first comes the love and passion of music is what we put forth first. So the type of music we make is the type of music that we grew up listening to, the music that we love, passionate music, hopefully with some sort of a message, be it a negative or a positive, because you got to have that balance.
Right.
It was more or less a business movement amongst creative artists. Is how I started the whole Black Exchange movement.
Right.
It started as a family thing. A couple of my cousins, brother, and my sister, who are all artists. As I said, I come from a family of artists, and I kept it family oriented. So everyone that I bring in, be it blood related or not, it has to have that family unit.
Right.
And as well as having a business mind as well, because we're not just artists, we're business-minded individuals who are, we're all individual corporations, is how we like to call ourselves. So that's how we try to carry the movement. Just putting out true music that people can feel and relate to, and keep you entertained at the same time.
So you have any albums coming out? Because you are RH Blessed, for those who don't know.
That's who I am. That's what I mean. I have my next project is going to be called God Said So.
Okay. When's that dropping?
I'm going to drop that by the end of summer. I'm actually going to start the video onslaught for a few of the singles that I'm dropping off of it, starting this month actually. But on top of that, there are other projects within my camp that I'm working with as well, from other members of Black Exchange.
Okay.
We're going to flood the summer with something. Basically, that's the idea.
So you are definitely going to be hot in these streets.
I hope so. The people determine that. We're already hot in the streets, but the people determine just how hot we are.
I'm about to throw some water on you. You have no sense. Alright, so just give your information, how people can get in contact with you, your website, your Twitter handle, all that.
Facebook.com/RHBless, Twitter.com, follow me at RHBless, you know what it is. email rhbless@gmail.com, blockexchange.ent@gmail.com for all business inquiries.
And business inquiries including they can get a video from you if they need?
You don't just get a video.
Well, of course, they have to pay.
Business. But yeah, that. And all things Block Exchange Films related, because we don't just shoot videos, we also shoot films.
Okay.
I've done a few documentaries that I will submit to some film festivals. That I've done affiliated with other film entities as well. They've done very well. From that, opened up some doors for myself to do my own films, forthright through Block Exchange entirely, which is under works now. So,
Well, thank you to you, and shout out to you, and
thank you to you.
Good luck in everything.